Namaskar, I am Ashwin Kumar here. Welcome to one more session on rural management. We are covering the topic rural tourism. We are going to explore the chapter 3, that is planning and managing rural tourism. Here in this we are going to talk about sustainable transport in the countryside. In short, we are going to discuss more about the road situation in the rural areas. Sustainable transport in the countryside. Road transport is old means of transport. It plays a significant role in carrying goods and people to all parts of the country. Particularly the rural economy depends upon the road transport maximum. I need not tell you, you are aware of it. The importance of roads has increased with the advent of auto vehicles. The relative importance of road is much more than that of railways. Why and how? Let us explore. Railway transport is limited to the railway heads while the roads provide door-to-door services. That is one advantage. Roads can negotiate higher gradient of slopes and can traverse the mountainous regions, and construction of railway lines is difficult and expensive in hilly regions. Road transport is flexible, reliable and quick. It is more suitable for carrying perishable goods like milk, fruit and vegetables. Very essential part is to connecting the farmers from the farming area, from the agricultural fields to the market organizations where they sell the products, the market yards. If the roads are nice, the cost of maintaining their vehicle will also come down. That we will be discussing, we will be sharing some more important information on that. In cost, and construction and maintenance is far less than that of railway. For short distance journey, roads are more suitable. They supplement the railways by linking the interior areas with railway heads. Roads are ideal for the promotion of tourism in the country. Very, very important is roads to promote tourism, that to quality of roads. Here, India Brand Equity Foundation under the Government of India Ministry of Commerce report states that road network in India is subdivided into 3 categories: roads, state highways, national highways and other roads. Total length approximately somewhere around 6,371,847 kilometers. State highways total length 1,71,039 kilometers. Share is 2.6% of the total roads in India highways. National highways total length is 1,40,995 kilometers. Share is 2.21% of the total roads in India. And other roads is there, and they got 95% of the total roads in India. Definitely here we should say the starting of the outer ring road project across the country has really given a major boost for the smooth transportation in the rural areas too. Visiting the rural areas has become much pleasant thanks to the outer ring road that has happened, and the internal roads are also being connected. Then sustainable transport in the countryside, the importance of roads. What are we saying here? Port connectivity. Roads serve the special links for feeder roads to important railway routes and ports. This is essential for development of domestic and international trade. If you want the export imports to increase, the roads are playing a crucial role here. Road connectivity of about 50 minor ports and road connectivity for 24 airports serves the purpose of connecting the basic infrastructure. Rural areas, all villages will be connected with all weather roads by the end of 12th 5-year plan. This is the mission which Government of India is working. Tribal area roads, that too in the left wing extremist areas, affected districts, will be continued, and works will be taken up earlier in the 11th plan, will be completed during the 12th 5-year plan. Special package of development of roads for 1,000 kilometers of length in the scheduled areas under the 5th schedule has been taken up under the tribal sub-plan. Now coming to an important states like Jammu Kashmir and Northeast, road development in the Northeast has been boosted by the initiation of Trans-Arunachal Pradesh Highway project. It has given real major boost. The capacities of NHAI, National Highways Authority of India, and BRO would be further development for the purpose. State road projects in the state of Jammu and Kashmir are being developed from the strategic considerations. And you can also see the important information, the special accelerated road development program for the Northeast region. Northeast region has been taken the special focus in the last 7 to 8 years. The development of infrastructure and roads has really boosted the entire tourism sector in that area. Terrain. When the area factors include influence on the roadways. Terrain, nature of the terrain and the level of economic development are the main determinants of the density of roads. Construction of roads is easy and cheaper in plain areas compared to the hilly areas. Climate, quality of roads is relatively better in plains as compared to the roads in high altitude areas and rain affected areas in forest regions also. Economic development, areas with high level of economic development will have more road density as compared to areas of low economic development. Example, Maharashtra has more road density compared to Himachal Pradesh. Then industries, areas with more industrial concentration will have more road density as compared to areas with low industrial concentration. Example, Jamshedpur is having more road density than Patratu in Jharkhand. Then cities and towns will have more road density than the rural areas. That's a known fact, but let us work towards making our rural roads better. Now here what happens here, road transport can open up backward and interior remote areas of the country. India remains totally unconnected through railways or through water transport. Under such circumstances, road transport can easily open up remote areas where railways cannot penetrate, where the seas cannot go. Road transport in India is contributing significantly towards the growth and gross domestic product of the country. Definitely yes. In comparison to railways, road transport is more convenient, quicker and more flexible for short distance travel of traffic, and motor transport is the ideal mode of transport as it can collect and drop passenger and goods at any vehicle. Motor transport can also render door-to-door service which railways cannot provide. Of course, we are not exactly saying critical point of railways, but we are just saying the utility point of it, the roads can do. Road transport is complementary to railway and other modes of transport. It is only through the feeder roads that can collect its passenger and goods easily. Railways cannot connect villages of the country but through the feeder roads. Road transport can easily connect railway stations with distant villages, and especially during that remote places where the railway station becomes an important place, that is where the rural economy develops. The tea stalls come in, small food centers come in, the small dhabas come in, the roadside tiffin centers come in. So very close to the railway station. That is one of the areas where the railway stations and the bus stands are the first places where the local rural economy develops. People start investing in a small way. The government is also providing different loans also to start to encourage rural entrepreneurship too. Let's go to the next one. What are the benefits of sustainable road connectivity? Road transport is very much helpful to the agricultural sector of the country as it provides easy and quick transportation facilities for the marketing of agricultural produce, especially the perishable products like vegetables, fruits, etc. It is the road transport system which helps the farmers to bring inputs like seeds, fertilizers, etc. to the agricultural field, along with providing a steady and ready market for their produce. Road transport is very important for the industrial development of the country. Establishments of modern and giant industries have become possible due to the construction of well-developed networks of roads in the country. Road transport system is generating huge employment. Definitely it is generating huge employment, especially under the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Generation Scheme. A lot of work has been done. A lot of poor people, especially in the rural areas and the tribal areas, have benefited with the direct benefit transfer also, DBT funds reaching them. So the system is developing, it is going directly to the beneficiaries. Then road transport is very important with the reference of the defense of the country. A sound defense system can only be maintained with a well-developed network of roads throughout the country. Construction of roads in inaccessible areas enables the defense forces of the country to take control of such areas. So here the border security force, they do it, they get involved with border roads organization. They are developing lot of roads in different areas in high hilly terrains in under very what I can say, it's a unfavorable climatic conditions. The roads are being laid. Really hats off to all the soldiers who are working on the borders and putting their roads and improving the defense connectivity. Now what are the government initiatives? First one is, again the focus is rural development. Under the union budget of 2021-2022, the government of India has allocated rupees 19,000, that is somewhere around US $2.37 billion for Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, BMGSY, a 36% rise over the earlier estimate, As of 14th July 2022, the number of roads under the PMGSY stood at 13,217 with a total length of 65,320 kilometers. Huge jump here. Then improving the safety standards. In October 2021, the government announced rules to improve road safety, such as fixed driving hours for the commercial truck drivers and a mandate to install sleep detection system sensors. Very, very important. They are trying to reduce a lot of accidents that are happening, especially on the highways. They have installed all the sleep detection sensors also. In October 2020, a Memorandum of Understanding MOU has been signed with NHAI by Guru Nanak Dev University GNDU to conduct advanced research on various aspects including highway architecture, protection and revitalization. The GNDU will undertake studies on 137 kilometers length of national highways passing through Pathankot, Gurdaspur and Amritsar districts, totally in the Punjab area. Lot of traffic density is there. So Guru Nanak Dev University is doing that study. Let us wait for the results. What are the portfolios in the road and highway sector? In October 2020, the National Investment and Infrastructure Fund NIIF is making progress towards integrating in road and highway portfolio. The NIIF has acquired SL Devalahalli Tollway and SL Dichipalli Tollway through NIIF Master Fund. These road infra projects will be supported by Atang Infrastructure, NIIF proprietary road network assisted by a team of established professionals with diverse domains expertise in the transport field. So these are the benefits that has been taken from the Government of India's side to develop the roads, and the focus is definitely on the rural roads and rural connectivity. Next important thing, let me share with you an important aspect which is called Gati Shakti National Master Plan. The Indian government has launched Gati Shakti National Master Plan, which will help lead a holistic and integrated development of infrastructure, generating immense employment opportunities in the country. What is the aim of this particular project? The aim of this plan is to create a digital platform that would enable 16 ministries to collaborate on an integrated planning and coordinated implementation of projects. Earlier, most of the citizens used to complain that one department doesn't know what the other department is doing. That's why there was a lot of lag, there was a lot of delay in the projects. But thanks to the Gati Shakti National Master Plan, the aim of this plan is to create a digital platform to enable 16 ministries to collaborate on integrated planning and coordinated implementation of projects. The plan will also bring together departments of railways, roads and highways and others, and implementation will be done with the help of geo-satellite imaging and big data land and logistics. Very important and technological advancement as far as the roads is concerned. Then India's Gati Shakti program has consolidated a list of 81 high impact projects, out of which road infrastructure projects were the top priority. The major highway projects that included were Delhi-Mumbai Expressway, that is 1,350 kilometers, then Amritsar Jamnagar Expressway 1,257 kilometers and Saharanpur Dehradun Expressway 210 kilometers. The main aim of this program is faster approval process, which can be done through the Gati Shakti portal and digitalized approval process completely. So making the entire administrative transparent and accountable and faster. That is what the Government of India is doing through this Gati Shakti National Plan. Now if you see here, what are the future prospects? Suppose what are the employment chances? Definitely the employment chances are brighter in the road sector. How? The Ministry of Road and Transport has been awarded projects with total length of 6,306 kilometers in the financial year 2022. NHAI is expected to award projects of 2.25 lakh crores, roughly $30 billion, with a total length of 5,000 kilometers in the financial year 2022. In the September, the Government of Maharashtra approved 173 kilometers long outer ring road project in Pune worth rupees 26,831 crores. Huge one, and it's going to connect the Maharashtra with Pune very faster. I hope it's a good news for the people from Maharashtra and Mumbai and Pune. In December 2021, the government set a highway monetization target of 2 trillion, that is approximately $26.20 billion for the next 3 years. In December 2020, the Ministry of Road and Transport and Highways MORTH announced the Government of India and the World Bank have inked a project for $500 million project where to build green national highway corridors in Rajasthan, Himachal Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh. All these states bigger in place and definitely very potential tourist destinations, and definitely the rural tourism will be benefited by this particular project with the kind of investment that we are seeing. Especially people from the rural areas, the pro-poor people will be benefited on this. So this is the pro-poor policy helping the rural people gain respectable income and see that their entire area is developed. Then October 2021, the Indian government announced 5 road projects in Ladakh measuring 255 kilometers in length to boost the connectivity in the region. So this is the projects that is there, it's going to come, and some more are going to be added post March 2023 in the new budget. So definitely the road sector, especially the rural area roads, should be the one thing that we need to focus on. We should look forward to what is the kind of allocation that is going to come soon. Now if you see here, what is the strong momentum in the expansion of the roadways? If you see the arrow figure there, in July 2021, the Ministry of Road and Transport constructed 2,284 kilometers on national highways until June 2021 in Odisha, and Odisha has completed 62,192 kilometers of roads under the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, making it one of the highest performing states in the construction of rural roads. Really, hats off to Odia people who have done this job, who have done 62,192 kilometers, not a joke. Hats off to the people and hats off to the government and the administration there who have done this fantastic job, who have done the number 1 position in the country as far as rural roads is concerned. And apart from that, the Ministry of Roads and Transport Highways, Mr. Nitin Gadkari ji, is targeting to construct 40 kilometers per day in financial year 2022. Then we have got, the government has inaugurated a national highway extending 527 kilometers worth 4,075 crores in Ahmednagar, Maharashtra to boost connectivity in the state. So all these things are happening to transform the road infrastructure in Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan. The Indian government has planned to construct roads extending 313 kilometers for 11,000 crores, roughly $1.48 billion. So all these things are happening at to improve the connectivity of roads for the rural areas. So my dear friends, please take support, please share this information with others and let them know the connectivity is going to come faster and sooner. We need to support the government of India and the respective state governments who are taking the steps to connect the Indian urban areas with the rural areas. So let's go to the next one. Now, why is it happening at such a faster pace? Because the private players are gaining traction in the road sector. Until 2005, the road construction market was dominated by public sector enterprises. With the emergence of private players over the last decade, the road construction market has become fragmented and competitive. Players are bidding for the projects in various terms and size. I am just going to name few here. IRB. What are the major projects of IRB? Mumbai Pune BOT project. BOT is build, own and transfer. Pune Nashik BOT project. Bharuch Surat project. Thane Bhiwandi project, bypass lane of 4-lane project. Then Thane Godbandar BOT project and Ahmedabad Baroda NH laning and Agra and Etawah bypass road. Then IL and FS. What are the major projects IL and FS is taken? North Karnataka Expressway, West Gujarat Expressway, Noida Toll Bridge, Ahmedabad Mehsana Toll Bridge, East Coast Road, Kolkata Karnool Road project, East Coast Road, Hazaribagh Ranchi Railway Limited and Karnataka toll bridges with IL and FS. Then Ashoka. Major projects with Ashoka is National Highway 6, Dankuni to Kharagpur, Sambalpur, Baratgarh, and the National Highway 4, Belgaum, Dharwad sector, then Pimpalgaon and Nashik, Gonde Road, then Nayagaon Road, Chennai Outer Ring Road, then Nipani Road and Indore, Adilabad Road and Wainganga Bridge, Ahmednagar, Aurangabad Road. All these projects with Ashoka. Then comes HCC. The major projects with HCC are Bandra-Worli Sea Link, very famous, which you are aware of it, Badarpur Elevated Highway Project, Delhi-Faridabad Elevated Expressway, breakwater construction new port at Ennore, Chennai, new railway line project from Jirbam and Tupul. Then comes GMR Group. The major projects are Tuni Ankapalli Highway, this is in Andhra Pradesh, then Tambaram Tindivanam Highway, Tamil Nadu, Ambala Chandigarh Highway, that's in Punjab. These are the major private players who are doing huge kind of investments and the work that is going on there, which can provide employment to a lot of rural youth. Definitely please make a mention, note about all these companies, get in touch with them. Under the corporate social responsibility, you can provide employment generation for the rural youth there. Even the companies will be happily ready to collaborate with you, especially for the we can focus it thus on NGOs. Want to generate employment for the rural youth there, definitely these are the companies to look forward. What are the benefits of sustainable road connectivity? So this has been taken from the Economic Times, which I am sharing it with you. The government this is an old information, but very important as far as roads connectivity is concerned. The government is set to launch a new scheme to provide 80,000 commercial passenger vehicles in rural areas at subsidized cost to revitalize the transport system in 1.5 lakh villages. Great effort. Even today, people in rural and remote areas of the country are forced to walk few miles, as there is hardly any mode of transport available there. Therefore, to provide transport facilities in these areas, the Rural Development Ministry is working on a new Pradhan Mantri Gram Parivahan Yojana. Then, the construction of rural roads is going on at a decent pace, and substantial amount of work has been done to connect the remote habitations in the country. So now roads are in place, but public transport is missing. That is why the government is considering to provide 10 to 12 seater passengers vehicles at subsidized rates to retired defense personnel and women self-help groups for running on these roads. Very important information. I repeat, if in case you have got any retired defense personnel in your family, especially the people who are watching this video, you got any retired defense personnel in your family or in your circle, or any ladies whom you want to empower through the self-help groups, please read this. I am reading it again for your benefit. The government is considering to provide 10 to 12 seater passenger vehicles at a subsidized rates to retired defense people and women self-help groups for running on these roads. Now, what are the benefits of sustainable road connectivity? Roads connectivity is the lifeline for developing rural tourism, that we have already shared and discussed. Now, let us see how it is going to help, in what way, and how we are going to align this with the 17 sustainable development goals proposed by UN. Rural roads are proven poverty reducers by providing access to basic services, reducing vulnerabilities and providing opportunities. The actual path and mechanism linking rural road development to enhancement in income and reduction in poverty are often complex and necessary, location and context specific. Improved roads and infrastructure can help reduce poverty by expanding earning opportunities through easier access to markets. The poor, like others, may benefit from these changes, but greater commercialization, rising land values and shift in growth across local farm and non-farm sectors may also hamper economic opportunities for very poor households, particularly where the initial level of social development is very low. We can definitely say this about the tribal areas, we can say. And definitely certain villages also, not certain, many villages. Rural roads can and do catalyze and synergize complementary enabling and supporting policies and strategies across a whole range of sectors. For the best outcomes, these need to be devised and tailored to the situation of every area. Here we have to say that we need to focus on contextualized development of rural areas, depending on involving the communities there also. The community involvement in the developments in the rural roads is very, very important. They need to come forward. Quite happens when they do the planning of the roads and the expansion, it goes to certain farmlands and agricultural areas where the particular people, the affected farmers, they oppose it, and because the kind of compensation that is being given, that you need to figure out. It is here that I would like to request all the important organizations, forward thinking Indians and NGOs also, to be a catalyst between the people who are affected with their lands being usurped for the roads widening process, such that you can create a win-win situation. Better price, better development will be very, very helpful in the long run. So please consider that. Then, rural roads, by improving local mobility, facilitate greater community participation and building a social capital, catalyzing the latent entrepreneurship. It is an instinctive understanding of this potential that created the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana program 1 in the year 2000 to construct new all-weather rural roads to some 1.78 lakh unconnected villages. Roughly around 20,000 villages have been connected better. The world's largest rural road construction project and still easily the most powerful and popular government program in India. The Prime Minister Gramin Sadak Yojana is one of the most popular programs of the Government of India and is doing it at a very faster pace. Qualitatively, India's roads are a mix of modern highways and narrow unpaved roads and are being improved. As of 31st March, as I told you, this is an old article, 2016, 62.5% of the Indian roads were paved. Paved means made the way. Now I think most of the roads have been laid. Definitely the percentage should increase by this year of 2023 and future also. And thanks to terry.in org, that is, I am sharing this information with them, of them. What are the benefits of sustainable road connectivity? In the remote tribal areas with the poorest section of the population, the majority closely dependent on natural base of forest and rivers for food, the impacts of a road may in fact be negatively impacted in terms of preservation of the resource base. In less remote areas, households above the poorest of poor in terms of per capita food expenditure may be quicker to experience positive gains and increase in mobility in terms of broadening or changing sectors of activity away from agriculture and towards farm work. Typically, the load comes to agriculturists of India is the road connectivity to the market yards. If you can provide better road connectivity, smooth roads, maybe at least 2-lane roads, at least 4-lane roads between the agricultural areas to the market yards, it can improve a lot the economic, and we can see a rural economy growing faster at a faster pace. These policies would need address to issues access to credit, raw materials, marketing services, skills, training, which we discussed in managerial skills, and opening opportunities closer to villages and facilitate greater community participation and building of social capital, catalyzing latent entrepreneurship. Another important issue is that the transport sector seldom fully appreciates its role in terms of poverty alleviation. And so national, subnational and local governments will not only need to have a very clear pro-poor policies if the rural poor are to gain significantly from the potential employment benefits of rural road construction and maintenance, but will need to leverage the potential of the transport sector for the purpose. Here, last important point which is there here, which I would like to share on this particular slide. An important concomitant issue for poverty reduction is that the roads constructed should be properly maintained. I repeat, the roads that have been constructed should be properly maintained. If the continued existence of the roads rather than the construction that has the potential for poverty reduction, this requires the community has ownership for the connectivity right from road alignment and design onwards, and it is empowered to ensure adequate maintenance of the road and perhaps even to facilitate transportation services. Needless to say, road management authorities need to ensure resources are allocated not only for construction of the road but also for the maintenance of rural roads. Is it? The road reduces the cost of delivered inputs, including resources and agricultural extension services, as well as the cost of transporting agricultural products by markets by reducing vehicle operating cost. Yes, this vehicle operating cost is an important factor which I discussed in the first part of this session. Because buying a new vehicle, new tractor, regularly going from the agricultural field to the market yard, the road is bad, it damages the particular transportation, the vehicle which is there. Imagine the kind of hardships that particular agriculturist has to face. Taking the vehicle, dropping one day of the agricultural field work and taking the vehicle to a service center, that will be somewhere around another 10 to 20 kilometers, then comes. This results in more intense cultivation using better technologies and inputs, especially fertilizers, and increased production of cash crops, changes in the agricultural output mix in favor of high productivity. High value crops including perishable fruits and vegetables will have a good growth, decent growth, and that thereby increasing the income, rural income. All weather road access not only increases income from farming activities but also makes prices more stable. We know what are the prices of fruits and vegetables are right now. If only we focus on the rural roads, these prices can come down. Yes, now you might say, what about the prices of diesel and petrol? Definitely, that is a factor to be under consideration. That is a decision of the Government of India and the respective state government, how they take the decision regarding that. So we are here to see that our agriculturists should not feel that pinch or the burden. So whatever best we can do within our limits, let us help our agriculturists across the country. Now, And all-weather, well-maintained rural roads results in elimination of interruptions due to frequent road closures during rainy seasons, and especially in the hill stations, I told you, landslides that will affect a lot, and in reduction often substantial in vehicle operating costs, VOCs. These VOCs play a key role in the financial health of an agriculturist. If the agriculturist has to constantly take his vehicle to the service center thanks to the bad roads, imagine the burden he has. Will he continue to buy a new vehicles? It will affect the transportation business also. So it's a cycle, everything is intertwined. If the roads are better, more number of agricultural transportation vehicles can be sold. So that is where you have to see the what best we can give to our agriculturists of India, such that their income develops, they are happy producing what they are good at. They are very good at producing fantastic fruits, fantastic vegetables, different types of crops during different seasons. Can we provide them an all-weather road? And not only that, giving them proper training on sustainability and maintenance of the roads. And the respective state government should allocate a certain budget for maintenance of the roads too. And safety is one important this thing that we need to focus on, especially on the rural roads too. Next, rural roads can improve the Anganwadi supply chain infrastructure in remote and underserved areas, meaning courtyard. Anganwadis are rural child care services started way back in 1975 as part of ICDS program to combat child hunger and malnutrition. See how the roads are directly linked to the health of a child, health of the family. The centers are run by Anganwadi workers to ensure that all children receive proper and regular food supplementation. The growth is continuously monitored. Corrective action taken in case of high morbidity and poor health outcomes. Food supplementation programs like Supplementary Nutrition Program (SNP) under the Integrated Child Development Scheme, Midday Meal Program for school children, and public distribution system can also be strengthened if the rural road network improves. The rural road network improves, the health of the country improves. The health of the country improves, the Indian economy improves, the Indian GDP improves. Rural roads can improve access rural roads for the fair price shops to the most vulnerable sections of the rural population, particularly those in remote areas and tribal areas. They face lot of hardship collecting from the fair price shops, the ration shops which we can see. Not only that, having the ration cards, and especially lots of centers have come in at the village areas also to create this Aadhaar card and ration card also, the PAN card, everything they are doing. Lot of youth are involved in this. So my dear friends, please take steps to see that in your closest to your village area, these new technology centers come in such that the fair price shops which are there available, so people who are not having ration cards can get the ration card and get the ration which is being given by the Government of India and the concerned state government. Rural roads facilitate adaptation to climate change, impacts on agriculture such as droughts, or improve the potential of food security for facilitating extension work for development of agriculture and provision of new seed varieties and inputs related to packaging of practices. So that's what we say, especially during different types of climates, when there are a lot of floods, when there is drought, this is the time that roads need to be maintained properly. The quality in the road construction can develop India to take India to the next level. So the quality of roads that we are constructing involves lot of community level participation. Here I am going to share with you the video link on the roads. It is just for roughly 4 minutes. Please watch this video, fantastic video. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.